So in the previous video we saw how to create a static website using the W3 Schools template. I have this website here. I incorporated into my YouTube channel. I just modify it, but I incorporate it, and I want to show you how to deploy it to GitHub using GitHub pages. And for example, here in this static website I have the links of the YouTube channel, we have Instagram, we have Twitter. So yeah, it's working. And again, this is just like a front end. This is a static website. This is not a full stack, which means it doesn't have a backend. If you would have a full stack application with a backend or just a simply backend, it wouldn't work. So but we're also gonna see the domain registrar. In this case I'm using Namecheap. So as you can see, I'm using my domain programmingjs.com. so I'm gonna show you how to do that, and I'm gonna go to my folder where I have this folder named web, and I'm gonna go right click. So it's gonna be right click, and I'm gonna open terminal, and I'm gonna press code space that, so I can open it in Visual Studio Code. So inside of this folder named web, I'm gonna have another folder named dist, and inside of this dist I'm gonna have the HTML index.html file. This is the code that we saw in the previous video, the 336 lines of code, as you can see here. So I already went over this code in the previous video, but we also have a folder inside of this folder named images, and I have all the images here. So I have AI, CE, I have all the images here in this folder named images. And the only thing that I modify in the index.html file is, for example, every time that you're using the image, for example here in the image element and the source attribute, I'm using the name of the folder images slash and then the name of the file. So you don't have to put slash images. You can go straight images slash, for example in this case, the name of the file. We have another one here. We have the image element, we have the source attribute, we have equal sign, double quotes, and we have the name of the folder images slash and the name of the file. Yeah, this is how it's working. So this is the final product. I modified the W3 School template, and I incorporated this website to my YouTube channel. So now we are in Visual Studio Code, and we are gonna open the terminal. So Control tilde. So I am in my incorporated terminal, and make sure that you have Node.js installed, because we're gonna use the npm package. So now what we are gonna do here is we're gonna npm init, and we're gonna put -y so we don't have to answer, and we're gonna press enter. So we are gonna have a package.json, and as you can see here, we have the package.json, we have the name, the version. The important thing here is we have the scripts, and we don't have here the home page. Okay, we're gonna add it, but here we're gonna put npm install, and we're gonna install gh pages like this. So we're gonna npm install ga-pages. So it has to appear here in the package.json. Let me see. So it's gonna take a while. Okay, yes, I already has it. So in dependencies we have the gh-pages, and it's gonna be the 5.0.0. Okay, so and before license, we're gonna add homepage, and we're gonna be using it's gonna be https colon // the name of your GitHub. In my case is programming js .github.io / and then the name of the file or the repository that we're gonna create. In this case, I'm gonna create a repository named web. I'm gonna save it up to this point. Okay, I'm gonna clean this a little bit. So what else do we have here? Okay, so I'm gonna have also in the script I'm gonna have a deploy script, and inside of that is gonna be gh pages. We're gonna have the -d, and we're gonna have the name of the folder. It's gonna be in this folder named dist. So inside of this folder named dist is gonna be our images folder and our HTML file, and the whole thing is inside of the folder web. So we have that up to this point, so everything is looking fine. And you can go to, we are gonna go to our GitHub. So I'm gonna go to my GitHub and I'm gonna create a new repository, and I'm gonna name it web, just like that, web, create repository. And I'm gonna have here, I'm gonna be using HTTPS, but if you had it set up your SSH keys, you can use your SSH. You just click here. I'm gonna use my HTTPS. So I already log in, but if you use HTTPS, it's gonna prompt you to go into your GitHub account and log in with your credentials, your username and password. So we have that up to this point, and we are gonna have here, I'm gonna create okay, so as you can see here, we have no underscore modules. So in the root, not inside of this folder, but in the root, we're gonna create a .get ignore file, and we're gonna put in node node underscore modules, because we're gonna send all those files to GitHub, but we don't want to send the node modules, as you can see, because there are a lot of them. So we're gonna have that. We're gonna close this. Okay, so we have our web, or I have my web repository, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in it. So as you can see here, you can do this all of these steps, but the most important thing, we're gonna get in it, we're gonna get add. So we're gonna add all the files, we're gonna get a commit, and then we're gonna do these two final steps, that is gonna get remote origin, and finally we're gonna push it to our main branch. I already set up my GitHub to have a branch of main, but maybe you have it set up your branch to be master, so you have to check out. Okay, so first we're gonna have the get init, so we can create a repository. As you can see here, we have init. Now we're gonna have a get add space that, so we can add all the files. So we're gonna press enter. Okay, now we're gonna get commit -m, and then we're gonna have two single quotes, and I'm gonna put, I don't know, my first commit, like that. We're gonna press enter, and now we're gonna grab this here, this line of code, get remote add origin, HTTPS, all the stuff here, /github.com/programming.js/get, and we're gonna paste it here. And finally we're gonna grab the last piece of line, this one. And here is very important that you have, for example, my branch is set up to main, so I'm gonna have a main branch, but maybe you have it set up to be master branch. So if yours is set up to be a master branch, instead of main you have to type it manually master, so instead of main, but mine is set up to the main branch. So I'm just gonna press enter. Okay, so total, okay, and it work. So now I'm gonna go to the same website here, but now I'm gonna refresh it. Okay, and as you can see what I was talking, I have here my main branch. Okay, so up to this point I only have one branch, that is the main branch, but maybe yours is master. If it's master, you have to type in master instead of main. So that is that. But as you can see, we have this file, we have this folder, we have the getignore file, the package.json, and if we go into this folder, we're gonna have the images folder and our index.html file, and here is where we have the 336 lines of code of the HTML static website. But we're gonna click here in web, and now what we are gonna do is we're gonna click here, and okay, so now we're gonna type in npm run deploy. So as we have here in our package.json, we have this script deploy, and this is gonna deploy the gh-pages. So it's gonna be npm run deploy, and again, in order for this to work, to have access to the npm package, you have to install Node.js. So it's pretty simple. You can have this one, the recommended for most users, or the latest features, whatever you feel comfortable with. So I'm gonna npm run deploy, and if you see here, we only have one branch, that is the main branch, but now I'm gonna have two branches. The main branch, okay, has been published, so now I should have two branches, the main branch and the gh-pages branch. So now nothing happened, so let's refresh it to see what's going on. Main branch, and now I have my second branch, that is the gh-pages. So I'm gonna click here, and inside of that I'm gonna have the images folder and the index.html file. So it has succeeded, it was successful. Now we're gonna go to our settings, and we are gonna go into pages, and okay, so okay, nothing is happening yet. Let's gonna go to pages. Okay, so it's gonna take a while, but we are gonna go into Visual Studio Code right now. Okay, right now I am still in the GitHub, but right now we are in pages, and now it has created this URL, or we can click here, this link, and it works. It's sending us to this static website. As you can see, all the pictures are working, everything is working fine. So you can click the YouTube link, it's working, the Instagram is working, and Twitter is working as well. You can have this link, so everything is working so far. So, but this domain, we have this domain is it's a secure domain, is https://programming.js, but it's using github.io/web. So how can we, okay, I can go back, let me see. Okay, I can go, okay, so I have this domain, programmingjs.com. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this domain, so when I go to my YouTube channel and I press into my website, you click here and it sends us to this domain. It's gonna be www.programmingjs.com, and it's a secure domain, as you can see here, because it has the HTTPS, the S stands for secure. But to do that, what we are gonna do is Okay, in this case I'm using Namecheap. You can use whatever you want here, but I'm using this domain registrar. And what we have to do is we have to add for a record, and we have this one here. I'm gonna add this link of the GitHub documentation, but in this we have navigate to your DNS provider and create either an alias name or a record. You can create 4WA records for API v6 support, but to create a records, point your Apex domain to the API address for the GitHub pages. So we are gonna use these numbers here, and it's gonna be 185.1, or it's gonna be 185.199.108.153, and pretty much they are all the same, except for the third number is changing from 108. Then it's gonna be, for the second one, is gonna be 109, and the third one is gonna be 110, and the final one is gonna be 111. But all the other numbers remain the same. So when we go to our, in my case I'm using Namecheap, and I am in advanced DNS, and you press here add a new record, and we're gonna add the a record. So I'm picking up these numbers: 185, 199, 108, and 153. This one, the next one is gonna be the same, but the third number is gonna change from 108 to 109. The third record is gonna be the same, and the third number is gonna change from 109 to 110, and the final record is gonna change to the third number to 111. So like that. We are also gonna add a CNAME record, so we can have, so let me see, so we can have this after the https:// we can have this www. So we're gonna add that CNAME record, and the host is gonna be www, and then for the value is gonna be programming.js.github.io. And the host for the 4a records is gonna be at, just like that. So what we are gonna do is, okay, for the value for the CNAME is gonna be the name of my GitHub, that is gonna be programming.js.github.io. So I'm gonna go into this one. It was like that, I was here, and now I'm gonna go here inside of the custom domain, and I'm gonna grab just my domain, that is gonna be this one, and I'm gonna save it. Let me see if it works. No, it's not working because I have another one working, and it's gonna be this one, I guess, website. So I have it in my website, and I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna remove it like this. So now I'm gonna go to program.js, and we are in the web. Okay, this one, we are in the web repository. We're gonna go to settings, and now we're gonna go to pages. So we are here, and we're gonna go to custom domain again. We're gonna put the name of our domain. It's gonna be www.programjs.com. so this is my domain. I'm gonna save it this time. This time it should work because, okay, I remove it from my other repository. And okay, DNS check successful. So if I go here, as you can see, it has changed. So if we click it, it's gonna send us here, and it's working. As you can see, it has the HTTPS colon double forward slash www.programmingjs.com. So what is the difference? The difference is we don't have the that github.io.com as we have in the previous example. We have our full domain. So we can go back here. I'm gonna go into the pages again. Okay, so I am in this is my GitHub account, programming.js. This is my repository web, and now my domain has been linked to this repository. So now I have once I click it here, it's gonna work, and my website is secure here. As you can see, the connection is secure, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So that would be it for this video.